Hello, my name is Keith Spence, and welcome to Botanically Correct. Tonight I'd like to discuss opening a CBD business, whether you do it with a website, a storefront, or Shopify, Amazon, or what else is out there? Square. There's many different platforms to run companies on these days. You don't just need a storefront. Excuse me. But one thing you will need to do to start out is get all the licensing, all the accreditations that you need as a hemp company selling CBD products. You'll need the state, city, county, um, any um, specialty licenses that deal with hemp and what you're doing, if you're doing extractions, if you're doing growing, things like that. Um, for people who are just buying the crude and formulating themselves, the best way is just find a good source, make sure that they have quality practices in their extraction methods and what they do, make sure that they clean out and get their crude oil nice and winterized and clean for you so that you have no solvents or anything left in it. Make sure that they can prove that in a test. After you get all that going, like I said, get all the licensing that you're going to need in your state, county, city, everything that you need so that you're legit. After you get all your licensing and you have the approval of the state gods of everything, you apply for a merchant account. Now, a couple of years ago, it was almost impossible. You had to have a bank that trusted you, or that was about it, or you paid very high interest rates on each purchase. They called it a high-risk merchant account. That's what they called it a couple of years ago. Now it's gotten a little better. You can go to your bank, shop around a little bit, find out who will support a hemp business. If you're just selling products, that's fine. Most banks will support if you're giving consulting. Most banks don't have a problem with consulting, but if you're selling products, they're going to want to know, and the merchant account might be accessible. It might not be. Like I said, shop around. Some of the other platforms that you can go to are Square. Square is really good with CBD. It was my first account. As long as you come at them with all of your licensing, show your certificates of analysis of your products, they will definitely sign you up. And it's about 1% more than the 3.3 or something like that normal credit percent that you'll pay. So it's not a bad deal. And I like Square. They keep their books well, and they work with other software quite easily. So number one in my book for CBD merchant account is definitely Square right now. If you can find a good bank that will deal with you and because you are a CBD company, then that would be a great route. But Square, if not, they will. PayPal, if you come with them with showing all of your stuff as a CBD company, I think they're willing to help and be part of it. If you come at them and just open up a business with them and don't mention CBD and start selling CBD, they will cancel you. And so will Venmo. Venmo will not put up with any CBD. So the best thing for a merchant account would be your bank, your local bank, one that you can trust and that can trust you, or Square right now. Square is a really good one. There's a few other ones that work with Shopify and other things like that, but I got out of Shopify because they wouldn't work with Square that much. They wanted me to pay for that. So that's just something to think about. All right, after you get your merchant account and say you have Square or a merchant account from your bank, you start building a website. If that's your plan, you could just open up a store on Shopify or Amazon storefront or Square POS. Those are definite ways you can do social media and sell your products online. So once you get those stores set up, you get your products on there, and you start showing off a little, showing what you got. You really have to put some color on your website if you're doing it, even your store. Have photos of beautiful mountains, of things of nature. You really want it to pop. You want people to enjoy looking at your site. Don't just have drab colors and things like that. Kind of make it fun. You know, have questions and answers. Have input for people to about your products, see what you're doing, and things like that. You really want it to be informative. You definitely want a page with all of your certificates of analysis. You need to discuss your product. You need to have a forum where they can get a hold of you. You need to have a return policy. You need to have a, let's see what else. Just a very informative website. You can even have a weekly blog on there, which would be informative for your products and how they're going and how they're helping people. It's pretty good. Just one thing, don't mention anything medicinally that it does. They will definitely come at you if you start talking about medical benefits of it, like cures cancer, cures this. Anything with a cure in it, they don't want to hear it. So basically talk about relief, calming, relax, you know, simple terms, and then you can have a little link off to where you can have your customers talking about what it did for them. That's a little different. So anyway, there's ways to go about it, but just don't speak out like it's curing this and curing that, because they will not put up with that, and they'll definitely come at you. That's one of their pet peeves right now. So just a little information. Okay, so after you get your website and everything going, you're going to want to set up a shipping station for it so that you can print your own labels and get everything going. You're going to need supplies. You're going to need a printer. You're going to need label sticky paper to print the labels on. And you're going to need about a 20-pound scale. That will give you everything. I have a 10-pound, but there has been a couple that I needed the 20-pound. So the 20-pound scale would be my advice. All that's doing is just so you weigh the boxes and you know how much it's going to cost, because that's part of it. They make you measure what you're sending out. I send most things out in little puffy envelopes with my company name on it, and that works very, very well, except the honeys. When I do the honeys, I'm just afraid, so I pack them in boxes and really wrap them up nice. So you're going to need boxes, packing tape, mailers, envelopes, whatever you're going to be shipping with. And the software that basically works with your website, Shopify, and all those different storefronts are Stamps.com, MailChimp.com, and ShipStation.com. Those three usually work together with your website or your store to email you when you get a shipment with the shipping address, the telephone number, all their information, so you can get the product out to them. And it sets it up automatically for you to buy through Stamps.com postage and print it out yourself. And it makes it so much easier than going and standing in line and doing it every day. So you can do all of your packaging at home, get it done, and then take it to the post office and drop it off. Works very well. And let's see. That's about it right now. If you have any questions, you can look me up at Keith@botanicallycorrect.com. And my website, if you'd like to check out my products, is botanically-correct.com. So again, that's Keith@botanically-correct.com if you need to get a hold of me. And happy healing, guys.